My dilemma was, do I delay my reading further while this little pussycat that's on my lap here, or until it decides to move, or do I just go home with it? Well, she's been here for a little while now, so I don't know if you can actually see her. No, you can't see her. She's too low down. However, you can see her tail. There she is. Well, she's not going anywhere, and I needed to do my reading because I have other things to do, of course, this evening. Here we are once again at the Heartbeats of America. Well, one of the Heartbeats of America, that's Creative Life Spiritual Center. We're, of course, as I said, one of the Heartbeats of America. Today's reading is called Designed Imperfection, and I think one of the perfections is this little cat is about to jump off because it's getting close to her evening feeding time, and I'm sure food is uppermost on her mind. But right now, she's just been very, 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 very loving, very lovey-dovey, and I didn't want to get rid of her. And as many of you know, Reverend Lisa often has a cat wandering around when she's doing her talks, and I've got one here now. And her name is Elfie. She's very smart. We have 3 cats. She is the middle cat in age, and she is very, very stubborn. She knows what she wants, and she'll hang in there till she gets it. Well, having said that, the title for today's talk is called Designed in Perfection. Designed in Perfection. Christian Larson, from whom we heard a short while ago, and I'm sure almost all of you have heard of Christian Larson, correct? In The Pathway of Roses on page 262, says, there is an upper realm in the spiritual life of a human where the reality and perfection of divine existence is revealed. Now let's read on to see what that possibly could mean. Ernest Holmes in 365 Science of Mind on page 206 paragraph 1 says, there is an inner life of perfection that exists at the center of everything. Otherwise, nothing could be. We should identify ourselves with this perfect pattern of our being, claiming its reality in our experience and continuously knowing we are animated by the living Spirit. This reminder, the title is called Designed in Perfection, and that's really what this story is about. The long-lived morning cloak butterfly provides an example of Spirit's ingenuity and perfection. In the summer months, it enters a period of estivation, a summer sleep, in order to avoid predators. When it wakes up in the fall, the morning cloak's dark colors help it blend right into tree bark so predators can't see it. If it's about to become a meal, the butterfly plays dead, dropping to the ground amidst fallen leaves that offer it camouflage. If startled, the butterfly makes a clicking noise which startles predators. That, coupled with the opening of its wings to display bright and blue-yellow colors, help it keep from being attacked. When it hibernates, the butterfly's body reduces its water content, replacing it with glycerol and sorbitol, both of which have antifreeze properties that keep the butterfly from freezing to death in winter. Hair-like bristles on its body also help it insulate from the cold and allow the butterfly to emerge from hibernation in mid-March when temperatures are still chilly. The butterfly's dark outer wing color helps it absorb the sun's heat and also help it warm up its body. Simply put, the morning cloak's body is divinely designed, as is all of the universe, including you and me. Spirit knows what it's doing and has created each of us with everything that we need to thrive. Remembering this I give great gratitude for the perfection and divine order in the universe, and I recognize that that perfection includes me. So how do we unpack this? Well, obviously on the material plane, things go wrong, right? They just do. But what we're saying is, on a higher plane, nothing goes wrong. It's probably easier to think about one of my favorite quotes, which is the great Sufi poet Rumi, supposedly the founder of Sufism, which is the mystical side of Islam. He's the one who came out with a now famous statement where he said that in essence, when we get beyond the view that we've got from this level to a higher level, that we see things differently. The way he put it was, out beyond ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. So in other words, when we can perceive things from that spiritual viewpoint, we can see that everything is moving in divine perfection. Even though it sometimes seems to be the opposite here on earth, that ultimately everything works to perfection. Ernest Holmes was always saying this. In other words, and Thomas Troward, who we don't teach much now because, as we said, he was a racist. However, a lot of Ernest Holmes' teachings are based on Troward. So we take the 95% that's good and we reject the 5% that is not considered to be, quote, good unquote, because if anything, we are far the opposite of racist. We believe in all inclusiveness. So when you look at things from a higher plane, you see that things are going right. It's kind of like somebody once explained, if you were a two-dimensional creature, you would never be able to look up and see the sky because you would be living in two dimensions. But when you see that higher dimension, you can realize something's different. And anybody who's had a mystical experience will tell you that things just seem so different from that all-embracing spiritual perspective. Why this is so, we don't know. There's lots and lots of explanations for it. You know, some people use reincarnation as an explanation for it. Other people say that we had an agreement before we came into this plane of existence and we would act out certain things in order to promote our spiritual development. Is that true or not? The answer is nobody knows. Nobody knows. But what this tells me is that whatever is going on in the world, ultimately things will work out for the good. You know, it seems like there's wars and God knows what going on in the world, but actually there is less war now going on than there has been in human history. And we're definitely improving as we learn how to keep each other better. You know, nowadays, the average person, at least in the developed world, has a far better standard of living than kings and emperors did centuries ago. Our houses are warmer, our sanitation is better, our availability of nourishing food is better. It's really improved. Are there parts of the world where this is not true? Yes, of course there are. And what is our job? Reverend Jesse's always telling us that our job is to keep the high watch, which means to see things at their best. And when enough people keep doing that in different areas of life, then things improve, not only for us individually, but improve for everybody as a whole. The affirmation is, well, there's two of them. I marvel at the perfection of the universe and everything in it, including me. This is a good thing to meditate on. I marvel at the perfection of the universe and everything in it, including me. Because, as we said before, self-care is incredibly important. I'm divinely designed and always equipped for life. In other words, whatever's coming along, there will be a solution for it one way or another. So I'll leave you with that. I'm going to go back now to my, oops, my screen vanished where I broke it. No, this is silly. I'm going back to my screen now from which I'm broadcasting, because I was obviously reading the script earlier. So it just tells me that ultimately everything will work out for the best. And when we're stuck, we go into prayer. When we need help, we reach out for help. And as we're always plugging, we have practitioners and ministers who are here ready and willing to pray for you. Every Sunday, we have the option in person at Creative Life Spiritual Center to have a practitioner there. We can sit with a practitioner, or if you're not in person, if you're on Zoom, you live in different parts of the country or different parts of this huge metropolitan area, you can go on Zoom and you can be with a practitioner who will hold whatever it is you want in treatment in mind, knowing it to be true. Well, Reverend Lisa will be on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Please tune into her about 9 o'clock. And I will be back tomorrow, hopefully closer to 5 o'clock. There's a lot going on today, but I'm hoping to be back closer to 5 o'clock tomorrow. So until next time, and I really, really mean this, take care of yourselves. You are worthy of being taken care of. You are worthy of self-care. You really, really are worthy of self-care. So until next time, God bless, namaste, and spirit be with you.